Well, today I'm making my 2012 NFL Week 14 predictions, and there's a lot of good games on the schedule this week. I was not able to make my video before the Thursday night game between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. The Denver Broncos did win that game, and obviously I picked the Denver Broncos because it was a total mismatch between those two teams. A totally good team versus a totally bad team. Peyton Manning, didn't have the best game, but he had a decent game. Yeah, he had he had a turnover there at the end, but he had a pretty good game, and the Broncos won the game 26-13. So start with the Sunday games. Starting out here with St. Louis at Buffalo. You have the Rams at the Bills. I'm going to take the Rams in this one. I think they're just a better team right now. The Bills aren't a bad team. I consider them a little bit under average, but they're still not a bad team. And I think they'll make it a pretty good game here because it's in Buffalo, but I'll take the Rams. Next game is the Baltimore Ravens at the Washington Redskins, and I'm going to go with the Washington Redskins. This is a home game here for the Redskins, so I think it'll be a little bit easier there. They have Robert Griffin III taking on Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco has been playing pretty horrendous away from Baltimore lately. He hasn't traveled that far, but he's still not home. He's still not in his home stadium. So I see I'll go with the Redskins. I see the Redskins winning this game. I see the running game really getting to that Ravens defense that was once good, not so much anymore. Next game is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Cleveland Browns. It's another good game right here. Two teams that aren't very good. I'll go with the Cleveland Browns as they're home. I think they're a little bit better. So I'll take the Browns. Next game is the Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. In my opinion, I don't care if this is in Carolina. The Falcons are just a much better team than the Carolina Panthers right now. Atlanta seems to be playing pretty well. I think they're still underrated because they don't get as much respect as they should, considering they're 11-1. But I think they'll get a win a playoff game this year. Maybe not. I don't think they'll go to the Super Bowl because I just don't see them doing that because they're not that dominant, but they'll be dominant against teams like the Carolina Panthers. Next game is the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. Another good game here. It's in Minnesota, so that gives an advantage to Minnesota. And in Chicago, their offensive line has been playing that well. Either has their defense, and Adrian Peterson has been totally wrecking. But Christian Ponder, he's been playing pretty horribly. He started out really good in his first few games, first 4 or 5 games. He was very good. Not so much anymore. So it'll be tough for the Vikings to win, but I'm gonna go with the upset and take the Minnesota Vikings on this one. This game is the Dallas Cowboys at the Cincinnati Bengals. Another good game here. This is my upset pick of the week. I'm gonna go with the Dallas Cowboys. This might be just a little bit of me picking the Cowboys because I'm a Colts fan, and again the Bengals are still a game behind the Colts in the wild card, and the Colts are the tiebreaker. But still, I want to see them get pushed back as well as the Steelers. I don't want to see them win too many games. So I think it'll be a close game. So I'll take the team that I want to win in this one. I'll take the Cowboys. Next game is the New York Jets at the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Mark Sanchez is starting, so I think it'll be pretty bad for the Jets. It's either very low scoring. Maybe he'll put some points on the board versus Jacksonville because they're a pretty terrible defense and offense. But I think Chad Henne will keep it close. But I see the Jets winning this game barely. Next game is the Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts beat Tennessee in overtime when they weren't as good as a team, and now they're 8-4, playing really good football. And I don't know how you get picking against the Colts in this game. They're playing tremendous football. Andrew Luck is playing great. Their defense has stepped it up from last year, and then their team captains, Andrew Luck and Reggie Wayne on offense. I think on defense it is Robert Mathis and Corey Redding, and on special teams it is Pat McAfee and I'm not sure if the other guy on special teams is his name is the captain, but they've named their team captains in Indianapolis, and I see them showing up in this game, especially the offense. Andrew Luck and Reggie Wayne having a big game versus that defense of the Tennessee Titans. I'll take the Colts. Next game is the San Diego Chargers at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and in my opinion, this is a no-brainer. San Diego has to go into Pittsburgh at 1 o'clock, which is, of course, 10 o'clock in San Diego, and I don't see them being able to win this game, so I'll take the Steelers, who are going to get Big Ben back, and playing a pretty poor team, the San Diego Chargers. I'll take the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next game is the Philadelphia Eagles to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I did pick the Buccaneers to make the playoffs. My hopes are not looking so good for that one. They're 6-6. They lost to the Broncos last week, but they had tough stretch. I think they'll if they win the next 4 games, I think they'll get in. Maybe if they win their next string, go 9-7, they could. But I see this as a game that you can't roll over on. You can't underestimate the Eagles too much. I mean, you got to play good football. But I think even if they don't play the greatest football, I think they'll still get a win. It is in Tampa Bay, and they're facing a pretty young Philadelphia Eagles team. Next game is the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers, and this is a really tough game for the 49ers to win because they have to go in San Francisco in a tough dome over there, and they're going to face Colin Kaepernick, and I think it's going to be a little bit too much for Ryan Tannehill to handle against the San Francisco 49ers defense, so I will take the San Francisco 49ers. Next game is the New Orleans Saints at the New York Giants, and the Giants are always good at bouncing back. Eli Manning has been great at that, and I think it continues here. It'll be a good game because whenever you have Drew Brees, it should be a good game, especially on the offensive side of it for the Saints. But it's in New York, and it's going to be a little bit too much for Drew Brees to handle, and they're just not playing good enough football around Drew Brees right now. But I think we'll bounce back from that terrible 5-interception performance in Atlanta last Thursday night. Next game is the Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks, and the Cardinals have lost 8 straight games. They started out 4-0. They are now 4-8, so that shows you how bad they've been playing. And Seattle has not lost 1 game at home. So this is pretty much an easy pick for me. The Seattle Seahawks will win this game. Next game is the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers, and Detroit hasn't won in Green Bay in 25 years. And it doesn't even look hopeful at all for them to win this time. And I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers to win this. Aaron Rodgers is he's just too good of a quarterback to lose to Detroit in this game. Next game is the Houston Texans at the New England Patriots. This is the game of the week. Some people can flip a coin, but most people are picking the Patriots. This is the toughest pick for me, but it's going to be a really good game, I see, and it's in New England. That's why I'm going to take the Patriots because they're the home team. I think Tom Brady has a good game versus the Houston Texans, but I think Matt Schaub is going to kind of show that he could handle any quarterback. He beat Peyton Manning earlier this year. We'll see if he can beat Tom Brady this time. So it'll be a great game Monday night. I can't wait to watch that game. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a like and comment your picks. Thank you for watching. Have a nice evening. Stay safe.